Hey, Bobo, do trees tell each other stories?
I'm sorry. I'm afraid I don't know that.
Hey, why don't we go find out? Listen.
Do clouds take naps?
I couldn't tell you.
Dad, do stars visit their friends?
Look!
Time now for Cavalier Between the Games. Let's see what's in store for today.
For your entertainment between today's Cavalier games, Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN-TV are excited to bring you an episode of The Adventures of Babe Ruth. Today's episode comes from June 4th, 1934, and is entitled The Chick Foster Story.
Play ball! Play ball with Babe Ruth! Play ball with the Navy! The United States Navy brings you the adventures of Babe Ruth. And here to tell you about the immortal Babe is the man who knew him so well, his pal, the popular sports reporter, Steve Martin.
A list of the big fella's records is as long as your arm. But one of the most sensational exploits which changed several lives and determined a pennant doesn't appear in the routine records. But before bringing you today's exciting story, I have a message for you. Now that high schools all over the country are opening up again, I know that a lot of you fellows who graduated last spring and aren't going to be back are feeling a little lost right now. You'll be wanting to meet some new companions, make new friends. Well, you can get it, fellows, in the U.S. Naval Reserve, which is your hometown Navy. You'll find there a swell bunch of fellas, your own age, working and playing together and learning together. Think of the fun to be had and the knowledge to be gained in the Air Reserve, for instance.
Right, Steve. A fellow might learn engine repair if he wants to, or electronics, or photography, or any one of the many other Navy skills.
And what's more, Jack, he can learn them well, for the Navy takes pride in the thoroughness of its training.
As a commander, you ought to know, Steve.
I do know. The United States Naval Reserve is the finest possible place for a young chap to spend his spare time, his evenings and weekends, and his vacations.
Well, sure. In the Naval Reserve, you're part of a team that's actively working and playing together, and getting paid for it in more ways than one. Join your hometown Navy, the United States Naval Reserve. Visit your local Navy recruiting office now. And now, back to Steve Martin and the adventures of Babe Ruth.
Some time ago, I told you how a star Yankee pitcher, whom I call Chick Foster, almost wrecked the careers of Babe Ruth and manager Miller Huggins. Chick was traded off the Yankees that winter, and he popped off that this was one deal the Yankees would regret. In the first game between Chick's team and the Yankees the next season, Chick was pitching. And right off, the Yankee batters began falling to the ground, then scrambling up and yelling at Chick. Babe, who'd turned his ankle slightly, was watching the game with me from the press box, and he was fuming.
Chick's throwing in our boy's head, Steve.
Oh, no, Babe. He's just a little wild today.
Wild, my eye. He's dusting him off on purpose. Unless he stops, somebody's going to get hurt.
In the fifth inning, Bob Russell, the Yank outfielder and Babe's particular pal, came up. He crowded the plate the way he always did, and the big fella hollered at him.
Watch yourself, Russ. Don't let him hit you.
Relax, Babe. Not even Chick would deliberately bean a man.
You don't know him like I do, Steve. He hates Russ because he's my buddy. Russ, look out! Chick, get it. He beat Russ. Come on, Steve. Let me out.
Bob Russell was lying motionless on the ground where he had fallen like a log when Chick's fastball hit him in the head. The players from both clubs rushed out to him, and I followed Babe from the press box. The big fellow was raving like a madman when we got to the clubhouse and discovered that Russell had been taken to the hospital. We rushed to the hospital and found manager...
How is he? How's Russ?
Still unconscious, Babe. His skull was fractured.
Oh, no.
No.
Russ is a fine athlete, though, and while it's too early to tell for sure, the doctors think he'll pull through.
Thank
Fine,
him for that.
He won't play any more ball this season, though. Maybe he won't ever play again.
What? What's that, Hug?
Yeah, it's a tough break, all right, for Russ and the Yankees.
Hug, Chick beamed him on purpose.
Now, wait a minute, Babe. That's a serious accusation, and we can't prove it.
Oh, Chick may be a loss, but I don't think
He
would
did it on purpose, I tell you. He hates you and me, Hug, because we spiked his wagon last year when he had it all framed to steal your job as manager. And he hates Russ because he's my pal and stood by us.
Yeah, but Babe,
I don't mean Chick tried to kill Russ, but he meant to nick him and make him and all the rest of us plate shy. Chick wants to beat us out of the pennant, but this time he went too far, and he's going to hear from me.
Wait a minute, hey, Babe, come on,
Babe, come here.
Babe, come on. Hey, where are you going?
Yeah, I want to talk to you, Chick.
Oh, hiya, Babe. Sorry about that accident to Russ.
It wasn't an accident.
But I understand he's out of danger. What did you just say?
I said it wasn't an accident. You threw right at his head.
Why, you're crazy. My fastball was taken off on me today. I couldn't control it.
You're a liar, Chick.
What? Why,
And you're a yellow dog. Nobody but a yellow dog would throw a beanball.
You're asking for it, big noise.
You bet I am. Like this. Here, I show you. All right, let's all take your show.
The big fella and Chick tangled like a couple of grizzlies with no holds barred. It was then when Chick's manager and I tried to break them apart that I saw Landis, the white Maine commissioner of baseball himself, stalk in. When the players saw him, they all jumped in and pried Chick and the big fella apart. When the commissioner faced Babe, you could have heard a pin drop.
You came into the opposition's clubhouse of your own free will, Babe?
Yeah, that's right, Mr. Commissioner.
You started this fight?
Well, yes, I guess I did.
You're darn certain you did. He accused me of beating Bob Russell on purpose, Mr. Commissioner, and then he slugged me.
I want to see you and your manager about the accident later, Foster.
It wasn't an accident.
That's
Chick
for me to determine, Babe. You took the law into your own hands on property under the jurisdiction of organized baseball. I am suspending you for 1 month without pay and fining you $1,000. I'll see you later.
You must be out of your mind, Babe, going into the clubhouse after Chick.
I saw Red, Hug. But I also wanted Chick to know that I was onto him before he beaned another Yankee player.
Chick's a rat. He knows we can't prove he threw a duster at Russ. So you played right into his hands.
I know that now. I'm sorry, Hug.
Yeah, fat lot of good that does us. Russ is out of the lineup, and you're out for a month. How are we going to win the pennant now?
We're not licked yet.
Oh, we haven't got a prayer. Chick cooked our goose just as he said he would. And you cooked mine. Huh? So long, suckers.
In a month, when Babe finished sweating out his suspension and got back in the lineup, the Yanks started to climb. With the big fella's bat wrecking the opposition and Gehrig, Dickey, and Lazari swinging right with him, the Yanks burned their way through the league. By Labor Day, they were challenging Chick's team. The two clubs fought it out down the stretch with a dozen rhubarbs and fistfights every time they met. And they came to the wire neck and neck. A single game, a playoff of one that was rained out earlier in the season, would decide the pennant. There wasn't an empty seat in the park by game, and the roofs of buildings around the park were black with fans. In the Yankee clubhouse, Huggins said only one thing to the players.
All right, I don't have to tell you that Chick Foster's pitching against us today. He's been a fairly good boy since he beaned Russ, and he wants to win this one and show us up. So watch out for your heads.
Can I say a few words, Hug?
Sure. Go ahead, Babe.
Listen, you guys. What Hug didn't tell you is that his job is riding on this game today. Yeah. And there's something else. Chances are Bob Russell will never play another game of ball. He's got a wife and 2 kids. His share of the World Series pot, if we win today and get into the series, will make a lot of difference. What do you say?
All right, come on now.
Now you're talking. Let's go. Let's go right down.
The Yankees charged out on the field with fire in their eyes, but Chick banked those fires in a hurry. He drove them back from the plate with his high close one, and then he worked the outside corners. If the Yanks moved in again, they got Chick's duster ball at their heads. The only hit off Chick in 4 innings was a screamer through the box, which the big fella drove at him. If Chick hadn't managed to jump aside, it would have taken a leg off. He swore at Babe, and that started another rhubarb. The umpires had to threaten to clear the field. At the end of the 6th inning, the opposition was ahead 2-0. I said to Bill Feely of the Grove, it looks bad for our side, Bill.
Yeah, Chick's got the Yankees scared. They keep remembering what happened to poor Bob Russell. Can't blame them.
Nope. Well, looks like Chick is one out after all.
Yeah.
And even the big fella can lick him. I was thinking of poor Bob Russell, who wasn't going to get a World Series stuff, and of poor Hug, who was going to be out in the alley. And I hardly noticed when Earl Coombs scratched an infield hit. Sewell went out, and that brought up the big fella. Babe stood at the plate and didn't move his bat off his shoulder through the first 5 pitches. He deliberately let it go to 3-2. And then, with Chick showing Babe a big sneering grin, the big fella suddenly stepped out of the batter's box and leveled his hand, pointing to the distant center field bleachers. His meaning was clear, but if it wasn't, none of the fans who'd hushed down could miss knowing that the big fella was calling his shot, because you could hear him now all over the park.
All right, Chick, you yellow pup. Get the ball anywhere near my bat, and I'll park it in those bleachers.
And then the ball came with everything Chick had behind it, and it rocketed straight for Babe's head. But the big fellow was obviously waiting the duster, because he stepped back as Chick was letting the ball go. Then he swung.
Babe did it! He parked it in the center field bleachers just like he said he would. Steve, that's the greatest thing I ever saw.
Me too, Bill. Me too. It was the enemy park, but I think every fan in the place got to his feet and gave the Babe a hand as the big fella trotted around the bases, a big smile on his face for Chick. And Chick, his hands on his hips and his mouth open, looked as if the roof had just fallen in on him. Then I made a prediction. Now watch those Yankees go to work on Chick, Bill, and finish the job the big fella started. The big fella had called his shot correctly, and now I hit the jackpot, too. With all fear out of their hearts, the Yanks fell on Chick like they'd just bought him. And they murdered him. Before the opposition could get another pitcher warmed up and thumb Chick out of there, the Yankees were leading 8-2. And that was the way the game ended. And the big fella and his boys were in the World Series again. Oh, Babe, it was wonderful. Marvelous. How'd you ever call that home run?
Steve, there was nothing to it. I said to myself, look, George, you've hit a few hundred home runs. You ought to be able to belt one more for Russ and Hug. So when Chick laid that old apple up there, I just took a poke at it and... Well, that's all there is to it.
Yes, but you hit it exactly where you said you would. How the...
Oh, yeah. Well, that's my secret, Steve. Someday, when I retire, I'll tell you all about it.
So ends this adventure of Babe Ruth. But there's still adventure for you young men of America in your hometown Navy, the United States Naval Reserve.
You know, Jack, those words, the United States Naval Reserve, should give all you young men something to think about. Even if you live in a landlocked inland town and have never seen the sea, you can experience the thrill of Navy life. You can study one of the many important Navy trades or skills. You'll have fun and make new friends and the satisfaction of playing and working at something important together. If you join the U.S. Naval Reserve.
And, Steve, the thrills and adventures of that 2 weeks training period which many naval reservists enjoy each year. Yes, in the Naval Reserve there are thrills to be had and skills to be learned or kept up. And if you're a veteran, the Naval Reserve offers you the opportunity to keep your hand in your own trade or skill. For training, education, good companions, fun, and relaxation, and many other good reasons, join the United States Naval Reserve. Drop in at your local Navy recruiting office today. The friendly officer in charge will tell you how you can profitably spend your spare time in your hometown peacetime Navy, the United States Naval Reserve. Now, Steve, what does the log say where to hear next week?
Well, Jack, I'm going to tell you how a young girl named Susie changed the whole complexion of the World Series with unusual results.
The Adventures of Babe Ruth is written by Ben Freeman, produced by Woody Close, directed by Ronald Dawson, and presented by the United States Navy.
We hope you've enjoyed today's episode in the Adventures of Babe Ruth. Stay tuned as the second game of today's Cavalier doubleheader is coming right up.
Coming up next is Game 2 of today's Cavalier doubleheader on the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN-TV. It happens to everyone eventually. Your computer goes on the fritz. Fear not, Sladen's Technology Services can help. When your computer decides to not cooperate, it can be very frustrating. Let Sladen's Technology Services keep you from wanting to drive your computer right off a cliff. Sladen's Technology Services supports business of all sizes. They offer assistance with managed anti-malware, encrypted email, fast tech support, data backup, and recovery, and more. Call Sladen's Technology Services at 715-864-2833 and get the IT help you desire. Sladen's Technology Services is the official IT service for the Northern Light Webcasting Network. Eau Claire Cavalier Baseball is on the air. The Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN-TV proudly brings you today's Eau Claire Cavalier game. Join us as we follow the Cavs while they battle their way through the Chippewa River Baseball League.
Fly ball into left field. Could it be? Could it be? Way back. Off the fence, and it's out of here. It's a 3-run home run, and the Cavaliers take the lead.
And now, out to the ballpark for coverage of today's game.
Well, we're back in Bloomer. And holy cow. The wind blew everything loud, and we're ready to get underway here. Caden Erickson's already on first, and Campbell Kapanke is a called strike. What? Caden was hit by the pitch. And we have a fly ball. That's carrying deep out into right center field, and it's out of here. A 2-run home run.
That must have been some motivational speech by the Cavs manager.
I'm sure Ryan will take credit for that. So the Cavaliers go on top, 2-0 with nobody out in the top of the first. That's going to bring up Gabe O'Brien, and he is our Geno's player of the game. He didn't score in game 1. Let's see if he can get us an appetizer here in game 2. He went 0 for 3. I had a chance to speak with him just for a second between the games, and I said, Gabe, you got to come through for us. And he gave me this grin. He says, I'll do it for you. Pitch is outside. 1 ball and 1 strike. Following Gabe O'Brien is Cooper Kapanke. Pretty much the same lineup. Slightly different positions in the field, but we have Luke Erickson playing center field because Jackson Vance has come in to pitch for the Cavaliers. There's a strike called on the outside corner, and so that moves Pemnister from center field over to third base, and Luke Erickson comes in to play center field. Check swing, strike called.
And now behind the plate for the umpire, we have Doug Matthews with Ken Stelter at first base.
Or out on the bases. That's going to bring up Cooper Kapanke with 1 out. Kapanke went 0 for 2. But he was hit by the pitch twice. On the mound for the Bloomer Woodticks is Joe Ryder. Woodticks defensively, Schwab at third, Simmons at short, Malinowski at second, and Hicks at first, just like it was in game 1. Dockel has moved in behind the plate. Out in the outfield is Sarah Rothbauer, and Sam Hurt is out in right field. Outside pitch to Cooper Kapanke. 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out. Here's the pitch. Fly ball out into center field, and under it is Rothbauer, and he makes a catch. That home run by Campbell Kapanke is his second of his Cavalier career. First came last year in his very first at-bat. Jack Redwine, who went 0 for 1 in game 1. He also hit a sacrifice fly. Pitch is low for a ball. Boy, that wind has not let up at all. Here's the pitch. Foul back. balls and a strike to Jack Redwine. Here's the pitch. Strike called on the outside corner. And the pitch. High pop up foul territory, but in play. And can't make the play as Hicks. The wind moved it back a little bit too far for him, and he overran it. I'm sure you can hear the wind in our microphones. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 down. And the 2-2 pitch is outside for ball 3. So the count is full. And the pitch. That's high and away, ball 4. Redwine on first. That brings up Cole Timon, who was 1 for 2 in game 1, and what a one it was. Home run over the left field fence, right by the scoreboard. Just to the left of the scoreboard. Redwine takes his lead at first. Ryder delivers. It's outside for ball. Snap throw back down to first, and Redwine back in. You know, Ben, I'll say this much. The Woodticks are making sure that the Cavs are not lazy getting back to the bag. They've made a number of those throws down to first.
Yeah, he almost caught Redwine napping there.
Pitch is caught the outside corner. Keep it up. And is fouled away. Off on the right side, out of play. 1 ball and 2 strikes to Cole Timon. Here's the pitch. Fly ball out to right field. Drifting back is Hurt. Way back. And he doesn't make the catch at the fence. Timon rounds first and hits to second. And coming in to score is Redwine.
And what a break for the Cavaliers. That ball might have got hung up in the wind.
Well, that's exactly what happened. It fooled Hurt. Carried all the way back to the fence. Timon's going to get credit for the double on that because I don't think Hurt ever touched it.
Could not pay me enough to play outfield today.
You know, you were right in the first game. Nothing is routine. Courtesy runner is Drew Wathke for Timon. So Cavs up 3-0. Pitch is low to Xavier Bemnister. So Bemnister playing third base in this game. Here's the pitch. It's inside for a ball. Two balls, no strikes. Ryder at the belt, and he delivers. Outside in the dirt, and over to third goes Wathke. Three and 0 the count to Xavier Bemnister. Probably taking all the way on this one. Luke Erickson on deck. Here's a 3-0 pitch. That's a called strike. The get me over pitch. 3 balls, 1 strike. Boy, the trees out in left field are just a dancing in the wind. Pitch is high for ball 4. Bemnister draws the walk, runners on the corners. That's going to bring up Luke Erickson, playing center field. Throw over to first, and back in is Bemnister.
Erickson coming in with a 186 batting average.
And the pitch. Inside. Oh, they got the inside corner. Ryder okays the sign. Runners on the corners. Outside for a ball. Bemnister bluffed a move to second, and it had Dockel ready to fire. Here's the pitch. Check the swing high for a ball. 2 balls, 1 strike. And the pitch. Check the swing, and it's outside for a ball. 3-1 is now the count. Ryder delivers. That's low for ball 4, and the bases are loaded.
Ryder throwing a lot of pitches this first inning.
That's the 3rd walk he's given up this inning. And up steps Cody Dayton. Cody went 0 for 4 in game 1. He's the 9th hitter to come to the plate this inning. There's the pitch. That's low. And the pitch, high and inside for a ball. 2 balls and no strikes. Dayton is probably taking this pitch, even though it's only 2-0. And that pitch is in the dirt. Throw back to first, bluff throw to first. Pitch. Strike called. And ball 4, and it brings in a run. So an RBI walk for Cody Dayton. In to score is Wathke. Putting the Cavs up on top 4-0, and we're getting a trip to the mound by Eric Abramson, the manager for Bloomer Woodticks. Going to put us back to the top of the order. Caden Erickson didn't get much of a chance to hit the first time he came to the plate because he was hit by the pitch. There's the pitch. Ball back right into the screen. See, you're turning into a veteran now. You didn't even flinch on that one like you did down over in Altoona when it came back like that. Of course, we were closer to the screen there, too. Pitch is inside for a ball. One ball, one strike. Erickson hits a fly ball out into left field, going over and hanging on as he stumbles to the ground is Serrar, and Erickson flies out to left. So the Cavaliers send 10 to the plate, and they pick up 4 runs on 2 hits. One of those was a 2-run home run by Campbell Kapanke, and there were no errors by the Woodticks. So we played a half inning, and it's the Cavaliers 4, and the Woodticks are coming to bat on the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN-TV.
I love the pizza we get when we go to Gino's Pizza.
That's because Gino's has been voted best pizza in the Chippewa Valley 5 years in a row.
I think it's because Gino's uses the freshest ingredients, premium quality meats, cheeses, savory spices, and zesty toppings, and all served with attention to detail.
Now you're making me hungry. Let's head to Gino's Pizza.
Scott and the rest of the folks at Gino's Pizza would like to invite you to come out and try the area's best pizza. Call about Monday through Wednesday dine-in specials at 715-835-2000. That's Gino's Pizza at 5110 Fairview Drive, Eau Claire, right next to Chaos Water Park.
Okay, for those of you who are concerned in game or confused in game 1, yes, the score on our score bug on the screen was upside down. But that's okay. As long as we know what the end result was. Cassie was trying everything she could to get the Cavaliers a win, even if she put the scores in the wrong place that way. It was a good effort, Cassie. Just didn't work. On the mound for the Cavaliers is Jackson Vance. Comes into the game with a 1-3 record and 4.98 earned run average. Hey, don't forget our Gino's player of the game. We just saw that advertisement about Gino's Pizza is Gabe O'Brien. And if you mention Gabe's name when you go out to Gino's, you get a free soft drink. And if he finds a way to score in this game, it'll turn into a free appetizer for your table. Ethan Rothbauer is at the plate. And Ethan went 1 for 3 in game 1 and scored a run. Here's the pitch. Strike called on the inside corner. 1 ball, 1 strike to Rothbauer. And the pitch. Check swing high for a ball. 2-1. Vance works from the stretch. Swing and a miss, strike 2. Wind and the pitch. That's in the dirt for ball 3. Count is full now. Pitch. That one gets away from Timon, and down to first goes Ethan Rothbauer with a walk. Brings up the extra hitter, Tyler Plitzner. Plitzner went 1 for 3 in game 1. Vance looking in and delivers. Strike called at the letters. And a line shot out into left field for a base hit. So the Woodticks kind of starting off similar to the last game. First two runners are on, nobody out. Here's the pitch. Squares to bunt. Lays a nice one down the third baseline. Throw over to first, and they got him. So a sacrifice bunt by Dockel. That's going to bring up Connor Hicks. Hicks went 0 for 2 in game 1. And the pitch is low for a ball. And that pitch is low for a ball. 2 balls. No strikes. 1 out. Pitch is inside for a ball. That one missed low. So now the bases are full. As Hicks walks. Brings up Brent Serrar, went 1 for 3 in game 1.
We have an update going into the bottom of the 6th. Tilden leads Osseo 10-8.
And that pitch is a called strike on the outside corner. Swung on and fouled at the plate.
He's going to take some time here. Looks like the ball hit him in the foot.
Or in the shin or something like that. He was not very happy about it. Slammed his bat to the ground. No balls and 2 strikes to Brent Serrar. One out. The bases are loaded. Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss. Strike 3. 2 down. That'll bring up Joe Ryder, the pitcher. Ryder went 0 for 3 in the first game. Jackson Vance delivers. Curveball doesn't break down. Stayed up. 1 ball, no strikes. Swing and a miss. Counts even at 1-1. Vance looking in. And delivers. Swing and a miss, strike 2. Here's the pitch. That one missed outside. Snuck past Timon, but he was on it right away. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 down. bases loaded. We're in the bottom of the first inning. Cavaliers on top, 4-0. Here's the pitch. Foul. I think it's out of play. Yes, it is. Landed amongst all the family members that are over on the other side of the dugout over there. Count remains 2-2. Vance looks in. 2-2 pitch. High foul, out of play. Just a little behind us. Here's the pitch. Outside, the count goes full. We got traveling time, folks. 3-2, 2 down. Sacks are full. Vance delivers. Swung on and missed. Strike 3. Got him.
And the Cavs get out of a huge jam there.
No runs on 1 hit. There were no errors, and the bases were left full. So we completed 1, and it's the Cavaliers 4 and the Woodticks nothing on the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN-TV.
The roar of our engines, the pump of our heartbeats, the pedal to our metal. The sparks that ignite us, the pistons that push us, the passions that drive us, on the roads that unite us. Napa has America's largest network of parts and care, here to be the fuel that keeps you firing on all cylinders.
Visit either of Eau Claire's 2 locally owned Napa Auto Parts stores on Highway 93 or North Claremont Avenue.
My name is Teresa Barber. I was in the United States Navy and I served overseas in the Middle East and Africa. Early on in my career, I had a commander that taught our suicide prevention training on a Friday afternoon, and the very next day he took his own life. 90% of suicide attempts involving a gun are fatal. You don't know how much somebody can hide what's going on inside their head. Store your guns securely. Help stop suicide.
So we head to the second inning. Cavaliers trying to gain a split in the doubleheader today, as they've opened up a 4-0 lead. I'm absolutely amazed at watching the trees out past the left field, and then the cornfield just further to the left of that, and all the movement going on out there. The softball diamonds that are over to our left, the flag there is sticking out straight as an arrow. So needless to say, it's a little breezy today in Bloomer. Stepping up to the plate for the Cavaliers, Campbell Kapanke. 2-run home run his first time to the plate. Here's the pitch. Check swing foul. Back into the screen. Here's the pitch. Swing and foul back. Count remains 1-2. And the pitch. And that got him. Campbell Kapanke hit by the pitch. Is on first. It's going to bring up Gabe O'Brien. O'Brien went down looking his last time up. the pitch. That's high for a ball. Throw over to first. Campbell back in safely. Probably doesn't want to get picked off twice in the same day. And a foul back off on the left side. Ryder delivers, and it's low for a ball. Low for ball 3. 3-1. This is a hitter's pitch. Ryder delivers. That's outside for ball 4.
So our Geno's player of the game is on base.
That's going to bring up Cooper Kapanke. Flew out to center field his last time up. And it's a strike called on the inside corner. Campbell takes a lead at second. And the pitch. Swung on. And they're going to say hit Cooper in the batter's box, foul into his foot. So it's a foul ball. It took Doug Matthews quite a while to make that call.
Gabe O'Brien getting a nice lead at first as the first baseman is not holding him on.
Yeah, he's not going to hold him when there's a runner at second, but I've been watching Campbell. He's taking a pretty good lead out at second as well. Here's the pitch. It's outside. Nice block that time by Dockel. Swung on and missed, strike 3. So Cooper goes down swinging. One out, and it brings up Jack Redwine. He walked and scored his last time up. Ryder delivers. That's inside. That was a sweeping curveball. One ball and no strikes. And the pitch. That's high for a ball. Balls, no strikes. And the pitch. Outside for a ball. Here's the one, early stretch in the pitch. And ball 4. So Redwine is safe at first with a walk. That's the second walk this inning, given up by Ryder. Cole Timon coming to the plate. Cole's had kind of a lackluster day with my tongue firmly implanted in my cheek. Let's see, all he's done is double and hit a home run today. Okay, Timon's at the plate. Strike called on the outside corner. Bases loaded. Ryder delivers. Curveball caught the inside corner for a strike. No balls, 2 strikes. 1 down. Ryder at the belt. And he delivers. That one was low for a ball. 1 ball and 2 strikes. And the pitch inside. Counts even at 2-2 with the bases loaded. Ryder at the belt, and he delivers. And that missed high. The count is full.
Ryder throwing a lot of pitches this inning.
He's thrown a lot this game. He's walked 5-6 batters so far in this game. Here's the pitch. Line shot out into right field for a base hit. Timon drives in 1 run. Redwine took a pretty big turn at second, almost too far. And we have going out there again, different courtesy runner this time. This is Fisher. Jake Fisher running for Timon. Base hit! You're gonna get appetizers, folks. Because in came our Geno's player of the game. As Xavier Bemnister singled to left field.
The streak continues.
You know, you mentioned something last night, and I don't want to say you're right, but maybe you might be. That you haven't been at one of our games yet where we haven't had it work. Pop-up infield fly call, and Simmons makes the catch.
And you know, Rick, I'm kind of getting used to this.
So Luke Erickson goes down on the pop fly. Bases are still loaded. Two runs in for the Cavaliers in the second. Here's a pitch. High for a ball to Cody Dayton. And the pitch. Fly ball out into left field. That one's way back. That one's way back. It's at the base of the fence. And a bases clearing double by Cody Dayton.
The Cavaliers' bats have come alive. It took a while, folks.
In to score on that is Jack Redwine and Fisher and Bemnister. Dayton is out on second. There's the pitch. Inside for a ball. 9-0. We're still in the second inning. Cavaliers on top. And the pitch. Fly ball, shallow left field. Coming in is Sarara, and he makes the catch. So Caden Erickson flies to left again. But the Cavaliers pick up 5 runs on 3 hits. There were no errors and 1 man left on base. We've played an inning and a half, and it's the Cavaliers 9 and the Woodticks nothing on the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN-TV.
When you have that craving for a home-cooked meal the way Mom used to make it, rest assured, you can still get that meal by going to Mom's Restaurant and Pub in Colfax. Mom's is open daily, serving breakfast and lunch, and don't forget dinner on Friday nights with Mom's famous fish fry. The coffee is always hot, the breakfast is always delicious, and lunch will put a smile on your face and in your stomach. 225 Bremer Avenue, Colfax. Call 715-962-4617. That's Mom's Restaurant and Pub.
We head to the bottom of the 2nd inning. Cavaliers have opened up a big lead in this one, 9-0. Jackson Vance has a little comfort to work with. Due up for the Woodticks, Cole Schwab, Jackson Simmons, and Sean Hurt. So stepping up to the plate is Cole Schwab. In game 1, Schwab went 0 for 2. Pitch, swung on a miss, strike 1. Vance has to chase his hat. His hat tried to steal first. Low for a ball. 1 ball and 1 strike to Schwab. And pitch. Strike call. Here's the pitch. Ground ball over to third. Grabbed by Bemnister. Throw over to first in time. Shouldn't surprise me that Xavier Bemnister makes that nice strong throw to first, third. That's a long throw. But he's a center fielder. And I remember an old coach telling me sometime, if you're looking for a pitcher or somebody that can really make a good hard throw, call on your center fielder. Foul ball. That one's off the mask of Timon, and he's going to take a moment or 2 to recompose things.
Umpire will give Timon some time by pushing off home plate.
And Timon moving his head around, making sure all the kinks are out. Umpire adjusting his pass. And the pitch swung on a miss. You know, Dan, I thought you said it was going to settle down once the front came through. We're rocking and rolling up here. One ball and 2 strikes to Jackson Simmons. That one was inside, counts even at 2-2. And it's a foul ball off on the right side. Count holds at 2-2.
And and the Cavalier manager hustling after that foul ball.
That pitch missed. 3 balls, 2 strikes. And the pitch is a high pop-up. Moving over is Erickson, and he makes the catch.
That's a great job of communicating by Erickson there.
It's going to bring up Sean Hurt. He did not play in game 1. One of the leading hitters, though, for the Woodticks. Pitch was low. And the pitch is inside for a ball. And the pitch swung on and missed. 2 balls and 1 strike to Sean Hurt. I got to give Sean Hurt credit, though. He wears the high socks. Pitch is inside, and being the old school baseball game. In fact, he wears the high stirrups. And being the old school baseball game baseball guy that I am, I like that style. Here's the pitch. It's low for ball 4. That's going to bring up Jake Malinowski. Malinowski went 0 for 1 in the first game. He's the second baseman. Jackson Vance has 2 outs to work with. First pitch is low.
You know, if you're a batter, you better be ready because Jackson Vance works quickly.
He's at the belt. And he delivers. That's low. 2 balls, no strikes. Vance looks in for the sign, and he delivers. Another one that was a little bit low. 3-0. Sean Hurt at first. And the pitch, that's in the dirt. Hurt round second. Thinks about going to third because the ball got past timing, but he decided against it. It's going to bring up Ethan Rothbauer, but not before Ryan Bedminster goes out to have a chat with Jackson Vance. You know, you said it last night in the Cavaliers game against St. Louis Park Pirates. That's a mouthful. You said sometimes that third out of the inning is just the hardest one to get, and that's what's happening right here. He got 2 quick outs this inning. Now all of a sudden he's walked 2 in a row.
I was just going to comment on how efficient Vance was. It's a good thing I didn't.
All right, everything they had to say is done. Everybody returns. They probably had some defensive discussion on how they're going to play with 2 runners on.
Somebody must have said something funny. The Cavaliers manager has a big smile on his face.
Rothbauer at the plate. He walked his first time up. It's just low for a ball. And the pitch. Ball 2. Runner goes to third, and Timon just held the ball.
For some reason, the runner on first stayed there.
Because it set up runners on the corner situation. You could have a double steal setup. 2 down. Line shot out into center field. Moving over is Luke Erickson, and he makes the catch. So that will do it for the Woodticks as they get no runs, no hits, no errors, and 2 were left on base. We've completed 2, and it's the Cavaliers 9 and the Woodticks nothing on the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN-TV. Let Menominee Eye and Optical help you see the world for the beautiful place it is. Doctors Nicholas and Marianne Comroe provide both comprehensive and emergency eye care for all, including pediatric and special needs patients. Whether it's examination for glasses to cataract and LASIK care, or diagnosis and management of macular degeneration, diabetic retinopathy, glaucoma, and so much more. In addition, Menominee Eye and Optical's experienced opticians will help guide you to the highest quality eye care for the best value. That's Menominee Eye and Optical, located at 520 Wilson Avenue in Menominee, where they specialize in quality, personalized care for you and your family. Okay, we're back here at Bloomer. We're going to hopefully get this game in before the storm that is to the north and west of us, that we can kind of see it from here. So we hope we get this in. We're in the 3rd. Due up for the Cavaliers is Campbell Kapanke, Gabe O'Brien, and Cooper Kapanke.
Final score, Eau Claire Bears 3, Jim Fall Sturgeons 2.
That's game 1 of their twin bill. Maybe the Sturgeons can do the Cavaliers a favor. Come back in game 2. Do we have a new rump on the bump out there?
Looks like we do, Rick.
We do. Jeremiah Campbell. Which means that Ryder went 2 innings. And he gave up 9 runs. And they were all earned on 5 hits. He walked 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Campbell Kapanke steps in. First one is a ball all the way back to the screen. Ryder also struck out 2. So Campbell's pitch is a strike at the letters. 1 ball and 1 strike to Kapanke. There's the pitch. That's low for a ball. Fouled away. Kapanke chases a 3-0 pitch. So it's 3-1. Back into the screen. Full count to Campbell Kapanke. Here's the payoff pitch. Chopper over towards third, off the third baseman's glove into the shortstop's glove, and they got it there. And you know, in the book, that has to go as a 5-6-3 put out.
I don't believe I've ever seen that before. That was a pretty cool play.
That was kind of like the fly ball that we saw in Altoona.
I got it. No, you got it. Somebody's got it. First pitch was a ball there. A little outside.
Gabe O'Brien, our Geno's player of the game. Grounds it over to short. Scooped up there by Malinowski. Throw over to first is in time. But don't forget to mention Gabe O'Brien's name when you go out to Geno's tomorrow, because you get a free appetizer because he has scored a run.
Thank you very much, Gabe, for that. Much appreciated.
And thank you to the good folks out at Geno's. Cooper Kapanke at the plate. Swing and a miss. That pitch was low.
Final score, Tilden 13, Osseo 8. Yes.
Oh my goodness. That's a big upset. Tilden Tigers knock off the Osseo Merchants 13-8.
Yes, I did say that correctly.
Here's a pitch. Check swing, strike. So Osseo is knocked from the ranks of the unbeaten.
And you got to give credit to Tilden. They were down in that game 6-0.
Pitch is blowing away back to the screen. Full count to Cooper Kapanke. 2 down. Campbell at the belt and he delivers. And that's inside for a ball. So Kapanke draws a walk.
That's a great at-bat by Cooper there.
That's going to bring up Jack Redwine. He does not have an official at-bat in this game. He's walked twice. In fact, he's only got one official at-bat on the day. There's the pitch. It's a strike called. Was low. 1 ball and 1 strike. And the pitch outside. Kapanke taking a lead at first. And the pitch, check swing, strike called on the outside corner.
Not sure if Redwine was frustrated with himself there or the call.
And the pitch, that's outside. Ground ball over towards second. Scooped up by Malinowski. Throw over to first in time. Nice play by Malinowski. So for the Cavaliers, no runs, no hits, no errors. 1 man left on base. We've played 2.5, and it's the Cavaliers 9 and the Woodticks nothing on the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN-TV.
If your estate isn't looking quite estate-like, let Midwest Environmental Consultants landscape your estate right up to snuff with installation of retaining walls, brick patios, foundation planting beds, and so much more. Then they'll keep it that way with their expert lawn care service. Call Midwest Environmental Consultants at 608-468-2067. Let Midwest Environmental Consultants help make your estate the showplace of the neighborhood.
back here in Bloomer with threatening skies to the northwest of us. Cavaliers on top, 9-0. We've got to get this game through 4 innings for it to be official. It would be a real terrible thing to see this game get rained out and they have to go back and start all over again on a future date.
Well, you can't yell at Jackson Vance. As a pitcher, he's working quickly, doing his part.
So, leading off the bottom of the 3rd inning for the Woodticks, Tyler Plitzner. He singled his last time up. He's got the only hit of the game so far for the Woodticks. Swing and a miss for a strike. And the pitch. Strike call. 1 ball, 2 strikes. And the 2-2 pitch. Fouled on a play.
Just got a piece of that one.
If we need to, but we don't do it now. Let's get the full down. And the pitch, high and inside. 3-2 now the count. And it's ball 4.
That one just a little inside.
So Plitzner draws the walk, and it's going to bring up Curtis Dockel. Had a sacrifice bunt his first time up. Pitch is inside for a ball. And the pitch. Fly ball out into left field. Moving over and making the catch is Campbell Kapanke.
Great communication by the outfielders.
That's red, wide, and left.
There's the pitch. High pop up. And Erickson makes the catch.
Great job by Erickson out there, looking that fly ball all the way into his glove with the wind. He wasn't going to take any chances.
And a swing and a miss. Brent Sarar. Sarar struck out his last time up. That pitch is inside for a ball. Some of the spectators are getting a little nervous with the clouds coming in. Here's the pitch. Runner goes. Swing and a miss for strike.
And there will be no throw by the Cavs catcher.
Plitzner got a pretty good jump on that. He's got a big lead at second right now, too. Pitch is outside. Brent Sarar at plate. Line shot foul down the left field line. Count holds at 2-2. Two balls, two strikes, two down. Runner on second. Here's the pitch. That's high. Count goes full. And the pitch. And it's ball 4. You know, when you're trying to get innings in before a storm gets here, that's not the way to do it, by walking people.
No, somebody needs to tell the Cavs pitcher that.
I'm sure Jackson Vance is very aware. Joe Ryder at the plate, he struck out his first time up. It's called strike this time. 2 runners on now. Vance delivers and swing and a miss. Snap throw, and they got him!
Heads up play by the Cavs there.
Cole Diamond caught it and fired it immediately to first base and got Brent Serrar.
That'll make Jackson Vance smile as he walks off the mound.
So no runs on, no hits, no errors, and 1 man left on base. So we've played 3, and it's the Cavaliers 9 and the Woodticks nothing on the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN-TV.
Royal Credit Union's low rates and flexible terms on auto loans can help keep your payments low. Get a great rate on your next car or truck purchase, or refinance an existing vehicle with an auto loan from Royal Credit Union. Royal also offers loans for buying or refinancing boats, UTVs, and other vehicles. Royal Credit Union wants to help keep your payments low. Check rates and apply for a Royal Credit Union vehicle loan online at rcu.org/autorate. Subject to credit approval.
Jason, let's go see your room.
That's not right. How was it? Is it good?
Back here in Bloomer, and you know, Ben, I vote for no high pop-ups because they could bring rain.
I'm with you, bud.
Cole Diamond at the plate. Single, doubled, homered in the last game. First pitch is a called strike. And the pitch is inside for a ball. Here's the pitch, swing and a miss. One ball and 1 strike to Timon. Here's the pitch. That missed. 2-1 is the count. I felt a raindrop there too. Cassie was saying she was feeling raindrops. I felt one.
Stop swearing, you guys.
Here's the pitch. Strike 3 called to Cole Diamond. That's going to bring up Xavier Bemnister. Bemnister single to left with an RBI single his last time up. Drove in our Geno's player of the game on that hit. Strike called on the inside corner. And the pitch. Line shot out into right center field for a base hit. Bedminster checks in at first. He rounds and it's going to hold there. That'll bring up Luke Erickson. Erickson popped to short his last time up. He's also walked. And the pitch is right down the middle of the plate for a called strike. And the pitch. Now it's starting to rain. Check swing. One ball, two strikes. Here's the pitch. It's in the dirt, and over to second goes Bedminster.
I'd like to give a shout out to loyal listener Jim and Liz Ryder. Thanks for tuning in, guys.
And the pitch is a line shot out into left field. Bedminster stops at third as Luke Erickson gets a base hit.
Cavs looking for that elusive 10th run here. We'll see what happens.
Cody Dayton coming to the plate. Dayton hit a 3 RBI double his last time up out to the base of the fence in center field. Here's the pitch, swung on and missed.
Was a little behind on that one. Looks like the hit and run might have been on there.
Here's the pitch, inside for a ball. Throw it on to second, and safe at second is Erickson.
Boy, that was a close play.
It was also an opportunity there, possibly for the double steal. Bedminster did not break for the plate, though.
Well, the Cavs playing it very safe.
Chopper and throw over to first for the out, and Bedminster comes in to score. So Dayton grounds out third to first, but he does get the RBI.
And that run is very important, as we have a 10-run rule after 5. That makes it 10.
And Caden Erickson comes to the plate. Caden having an unfortunate day. First pitch is a called strike. He was hit by the pitch first time up, and then he's flown out to left field his next 2 times up. Here's the pitch. Fly ball, center field, drifting back, making the catch is Rothbauer. So the Cavaliers do pick up 1 run on 2 hits. There were no errors. And 1 left on base. So we've completed 3.5. And it's the Cavaliers 10 and the Woodticks nothing on the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN-TV.
Let NLWN-TV and the Northern Light Webcasting Network take you out to the ball game. Our next broadcast will be on Monday, July 17th, when we will bring you the Cavaliers hosting the Marshfield Chaparrals from Carson Park. Live coverage on the Northern Light Webcasting Network audio service and on NLWN-TV begins with the In the Dugout show at 6:35 p.m. That's live Cavalier baseball on Monday, July 17th on the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN-TV.
So we head to the bottom of the fourth inning with the Cavaliers on top, 10-0.
You know, I'm looking down at our statistician Kirk, and he gives me a good idea. Why not bring a plastic bag with next time? Then you don't have to worry about getting rained on for your paperwork. You can always learn something.
Jackson Vance is out for the fourth inning. Starting pitcher has to go 4 in a 7-inning game in order to be eligible to get credit for the win. So he'd like to finish this inning. Now we're getting a little sunshine back. Here's the pitch. Fly ball out into left field, drifting over his red wine, and he makes the catch.
Great job up there by red wine.
So Joe Ryder is retired. It's going to bring up Cole Schwab. Schwab grounded to third his first trip up. Here's the pitch. That's inside for a ball. 2 balls, no strikes. And that's a called strike.
So for those of you tuning in late, Osseo suffers its first loss of the season at the hands of Tilden, 13-8.
Swing and a miss. Count goes full now to Cole Schwab. And the pitch. It's inside for ball 4. Jackson Simmons steps to the plate. Simmons popped to short his last time up. Vance delivers and swing and a miss for a strike. Here's the pitch. Ball back. Just off the top of the backstop in front of us.
I could have had that one if the fence wasn't in the way.
I think that was going to go too far behind us. There's the pitch. It's high for a ball. And the pitch. And it's fouled off the first base side.
Little cue shot there off the end of the bat.
Well, there was some English on that, wasn't there?
And Bemnister fields that one cleanly, the manager of the Cavs.
And the pitch. It's outside for a ball. 1 ball, 2 strikes, 1 down. Cole Schwab at first. And the pitch. Chopper out in fair territory. Throw to first in time. Just barely. It was a bang-bang play at first. Jackson Vance picked it up, fired it over to Cooper Kapanke. It did move the runner over.
Great play out there by Vance. Picked the ball up, didn't mess around, and threw to first quickly.
Kind of a swinging bunt. Sean Hurt coming to the plate. He walked his last time up. Swing and a miss for a strike. And the pitch. Swing and a miss, strike two.
He's throwing him a steady dose of curveballs.
Don't forget, this busy week of Cavalier baseball continues tomorrow. Short little looper, fielded by Kapanke, throws over to Vance, and they get the out.
Great play by the Cavs.
So, no runs on no hits, no errors, one man left on base. We've completed 4. We head to the 5th with the Cavaliers on top, 10-0 on the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN-TV.
The roar of our engines, the pump of our heartbeats, the pedal to our metal. The sparks that ignite us, the pistons that push us, the passions that drive us, on the roads that unite us. Napa has America's largest network of parts and care, here to be the fuel that keeps you firing on all cylinders.
Visit either of Eau Claire's 2 locally owned Napa Auto Parts stores on Highway 93 or North Claremont Avenue.
And we're back here in Bloomer. Now we have blue sky over us. Dan goes, that didn't last long. You're right, Dan. Campbell out on the mound. Jeremiah Campbell out on the mound for the Woodticks. And stepping up to the plate, designated hitter Campbell Kapanke. Kapanke is 1 for 2. Line shot, make that 1 for 3. Line shot right into the glove of third baseman Schwab.
I don't even think Schwab moved on that one.
No, he did not move at all. He just put his glove up, and there it was.
He had it played perfectly.
Or luckily.
Or luckily.
That brings up our Geno's player of the game, Gabe O'Brien. And Gabe has earned you a free appetizer out at Geno's. Just mention his name when you go out there tomorrow, and you'll get one for your table.
And Gabe, your thank you card is in the mail.
There is a limit of 1 per table. Here's Campbell's pitch. It's a strike called. 2 balls and a strike to Gabe O'Brien. Here's the pitch. It's inside for a ball. Right on the outside corner, so it's a full count to Gabe O'Brien. Campbell's payoff pitch is high for ball 4. Second walk of the day to Gabe O'Brien. That's going to bring up Cooper Kapanke. Cooper's 0 for 2 today, our second game. He was 0 for 2 in the first game. Here's the pitch. It's inside for a ball.
We're trying to get that monkey off his back and get that ever elusive first hit.
And the pitch is inside for a ball. Here comes the pitch. It's outside for a ball.
Cooper's a patient hitter. You're not going to see him chasing too much.
And the 3-1 pitch. It's called strike. Throw down to second, and O'Brien's in safely. Three and 1 is the count to Cooper Kapanke. O'Brien takes his lead out at second. He's going. Swing and a miss, strike 2, and O'Brien stands up at third.
Great jump by O'Brien there.
We saw this happen yesterday too, when the pitcher inadvertently goes into the windup, and O'Brien saw that and he took off, and he was 3/4 of the way to third before the pitcher let the ball go, and that one hits Kapanke.
So as Rick likes to say, if you can't hit the ball, let the ball hit you.
You're absolutely right. That's the Tyler Herman School of Hitting. That's third time today Kapanke's been hit by the pitch. Twice in game 1 and now in game 2. Jack Redwine at the plate. He's 0 for 1. Grounded to second his last time up. He's also walked twice.
If I'm looking at the stat sheet correctly here, Cooper has no attempted steals on the season.
Well, he does now. Line shot out into right field. 1 run is in, and Cooper checks in at third. A little hit and run action going on there.
Just as I say that, Cooper was off with the pitch.
But it's not an attempted steal because there was a base hit.
You are correct.
So O'Brien comes in to score. Unfortunately, that does not mean 2 appetizers. Even if he is our Geno's player of the game. He already secured that for you earlier in this game. 11-0, Cavaliers on top. Pitch is in the dirt to Cole Timon.
Rick, when I head out to Geno's, I'll have a mask in the car, and nobody will know me when I walk in there the second time.
I see your phone's buzzing. They're already on to you. Line shot out into center field by Timon and caught by Rothbauer. Tagging and coming in to score is Kapanke. And they try to double off Redwine at first, but the ball goes out into the outfield. Redwine round second. He's heading for third, and he's going to be standing. So, all of that happened. Timon gets a sacrifice fly to center field with an RBI. Kapanke scored. And then Redwine is on third with a 2-base error, I think by the center fielder on the throw to first. That brings up Xavier Bemnister, who's 2 for 2 in this game. And strike called on the inside corner.
Yeah, Bemnister's seen the ball very well this game.
And a ground ball out to second, scooped up there by Malinowski. Throw over to first in time, and the Cavaliers are retired. So the Cavaliers pick up 2 more runs on 1 hit. There was an error by the Woodticks and 1 left on base. So we've completed 4 1/2, and it's the Cavaliers 12, And the Woodticks nothing on the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN-TV.
Mom's Restaurant and Pub in Colfax has just what you need when you have that craving for a home-cooked meal the way Mom used to make it. Mom's is open from 7 a.m. to 3 p.m. daily and until 9 on Fridays with a complete breakfast menu. Lunch includes sandwiches, salads, wraps, and burgers, along with Mom's comfort food favorites, and don't forget dinner on Fridays with Mom's famous fish fry. The coffee always hot, the breakfast always delicious, and lunch puts a smile on your face. 225 Bremer Avenue, Colfax. Call 715-962-4617. That's Mom's Restaurant and Pub in Colfax.
Hey guys, it's me, Isabella Gomez, filling in for Smokey Bear because he's got more to say than just...
Only you can prevent wildfires.
Like, if you're outside enjoying a barbecue, don't let a hamburger distract you from fire safety. Make sure you aren't dumping your hot coals or ashes onto the ground because that could start a wildfire. So take wildfire prevention seriously and let's save the world one day at a time. Juntos con Smokey Bear, podemos hacerlo. Go to smokeybear.com to learn more about wildfire prevention.
And the new rump on the bump for the Cavaliers is Tyson Woodcock.
Woodcock coming in with a 10.41 ERA.
And more importantly, he finished the game in game 1. Throwing a couple innings in that game.
I would venture to say Tyson Woodcock's ERA is going to get better after this game.
Here's Woodcock's first pitch, and it's fouled down the third baseline to Jake Malinowski. Malinowski walked his first time up. Woodcock winds and delivers. It's outside for a ball. And the next pitch is inside corner for a strike. 1 ball, 2 strikes to Malinowski. Woodcock fires. Swing and a miss. Strike 3. Brings up Ethan Rothbauer. Tyson Woodcock trying to shut down the Woodticks this inning and walk away with a save. Here's the pitch. It's outside for a ball. The wind of the pitch. It's outside for a ball. 2 balls, no strikes with 1 out. Tyson Woodcock delivers. That caught the corner.
That is a great pitch.
It's coming about 3/4 overhand. That was almost sidearm. Swung on a missed. Here's the wind of the pitch. Ground ball over to short. Scooped up there by Erickson. Throw to first, and it's wide of the mark as it pulled Kapanke off the bag.
That was a tough play to make.
It's going to go in the book as an error on the shortstop, Caden Erickson. Tyler Plitzner coming to the plate.
In Erickson's defense, that was a tough play, but it does go down as an error.
Plitzner's 1 for 1. Singled and walked. First pitch is a called strike. Good time for a double play right now to end this. Ground ball. That's out into right field for a base hit.
Well, we'll take that double play now, Rick.
We sure will. Brings up Curtis Dockel. Dockel flew out to left field. We got a pinch hitter coming in here.
Looks like it's going to be Dockel.
No. Line shot by whoever it is out into right field.
So Bloomer doing everything they can not to get beat by the 10-run rule. Bases loaded. So basically, if the runner on first base would score, we keep playing baseball. If the runner on first base does not score, game is over.
And the first pitch, we have a pinch hitter here also.
Little number off the end of the bat goes foul. Throw down to first and the runner back in time. The pitch was a ball. That pitch caught the edge of the outside, and that is strike 3, and we have 2 outs.
So the runner at first is Colin Chance. And called strike, and we have another pinch hitter. Kate Anderson is at the plate.
Ball comes in as a ball. A little inside. That pitch was a ball outside.
One ball, or 2 balls, 1 strike to Anderson. Strike called on the outside corner. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 down. Woodticks down to their last strike. Woodcock delivers. It's way outside. Count goes full. So it's traveling time now for the 3 runners out there, and Kate Anderson at the plate. Runners go. Ground ball. Scooped up by Kapanke. Races over to first, and he wins the race.
Cavs win. Cavs win. Cavs win.
And he won the race to first, and the Cavs won the game. Final score, Cavaliers 12 and the Bloomer Woodticks nothing. Winning pitcher Jackson Vance, losing pitcher Joe Ryder. And we'll have more on this when we get to talking baseball right after this timeout on the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN-TV.
Hey, can you chop the pineapple? Chop the pineapple.
Nope. I'm high. How about I wash off the grapes?
Yes.
Okay.
You're already making good decisions when you're high.
I want tacos. Will you drive? I'm a little toasty.
Nope. I'm high. Let's order in.
Don't make an exception when it comes to driving. If you feel different, you drive different.
You've been watching NLWN-TV's presentation of Eau Claire Cavalier Baseball live on the Northern Light Webcasting Network. Stay tuned. Coming up next is Talkin' Baseball, with a look back at today's game. Time now for Talkin' Baseball with a wrap-up of today's Eau Claire Cavalier baseball game, presented by Mama Squirrel's Cleaning and more. And now, back out to the ballpark.
And we're back here in Bloomer, and the Cavs earn the split of the doubleheader. After dropping the first game 3-2, they come back to win the second game 12-0. Cavaliers get 12 runs on 8 hits, no errors, and the Woodticks no runs on 3 hits and 1 error. Winning pitcher Jackson Vance, that will move his record to 2-3 on the season. Tyson Woodcock picks up a save. Joe Ryder for the Woodticks takes the loss. Ben, your thoughts about that?
Oh, it's great to see the Cavs come out hitting, get them runs right away in that first inning, set the tone of the game. And credit to the Cavs pitcher, threw a lot of strikes and made the defense play good ball.
And it's a little bit breezy here, and we may have more weather coming, but I think we're going to get Cavalier manager Ryan Bemnister to come over and talk with us in just a moment. In fact, I'll tell you what, why don't we take a little bit of a time out while we get some things ready for Ryan to come over, and we'll do that as you're listening to Talkin' Baseball on the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN-TV.
Hey, can you chop the pineapple? Chop the pineapple.
Nope, I'm high. How about I wash off the grapes?
Yes.
Okay.
You're already making good decisions when you're high.
I want tacos. Will you drive? I'm a little toasty.
Nope, I'm high. Let's order in.
Don't make an exception when it comes to driving. If you feel different, you drive different.
Life doesn't always give you time to change the outcome. Prediabetes does. 1 in 3 adults has prediabetes, but with early diagnosis, prediabetes can be reversed. And you can change the outcome. Take the 1-minute prediabetes risk test today. Go to doihaveprediabetes.org.
We're back here in Bloomer, talking with Cavalier manager Ryan Bemnister. And Ryan, I wasn't sure if we were going to get this game in. Dark clouds came over, but they decided to stay to the north of us, and everything is fine here. And Cavaliers come away with a split of the doubleheader. Would have liked to get the sweep, but had a little tough luck in the first game, but made up for it in the second.
Yeah, the guys made a lot of corrections from the first game to the second, especially at the plate. We didn't have any problems with our pitching today. Our pitching was amazing. But the guys at the plate, they changed their approach a little bit. You can kind of tell with a couple of those guys that had no hits in the first game and a couple in the second game. So it was good to see that. Good to see those guys flush away a hard loss for the first game and come back and get a big 13-0 win here.
Well, and believe it or not, you guys showed a little power today.
Yeah,
of course. We have hurricane force winds blowing through, and that probably helped a little bit.
I don't know. Cole went straight left, and Campbell was straight center, so we didn't hit him in the right field. So.
Well, that's true. Yeah, the one that got hit to right field was foul, and I think it's still going.
Yeah, that was hit hard.
But yeah, a couple long balls today, a couple doubles came in good time. The bats were working quite well. 8 hits in the second game, and again, and we've been talking about this the last several games, Cavaliers found ways to get on base.
Yeah, we did. Unfortunately, we didn't find ways to get home in the first game. That was our big problem. We had lots of guys on base and couldn't score runs, which is really too bad because you wasted a really good pitching performance in the first game with Jalen and Tyson there. So I'm glad we got back on track in the second game to give Jack some support. So.
And Jackson picks up a win. Tyson gets a save out of that.
Yep.
Nice performance there. And you got some good news in the fact that, what's that score you were giving us there, Ben?
So, Tilden came back and defeated Osseo 13-0.
Okay.
13-8, yes.
Cool.
So, you don't lose any ground to Osseo today. We'll have to see what happens in that Jim Falls Bears second game and what happens there. And of course, whatever happens with the Rivermen, and it's going to be a battle right down to the wire for that second spot.
It's going to take 4 more wins. So that's what we talked about after the game. Is our goal is 4 more wins, and we'll finish it out that way.
Well, it's terrific. Marshfield coming in tomorrow. Another throw everything, including the kitchen sink at them.
I told everybody to bring their batting gloves because we're batting guys. We're going to pitch position players. We're going to have some fun with Marshfield there. Marshfield's a good team to play, but these guys have been working hard for 2 months, and it's been a lot of games in the last 3-4 weeks here. So I'm going to reward them tomorrow, kind of having a nice, fun game with everybody.
Sounds really good. We will see you tomorrow. Congratulations on the doubleheader split against the Bloomer Woodticks. And we'll have more talking baseball right after this timeout on the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN-TV.
Let NLWN-2 and the Northern Light Webcasting Network bring you some tough semi-pro gridiron action. Our next broadcast will be on Saturday, July 22nd, when we will bring you the Eau Claire Cavaliers taking on the Madison Mad Dogs from Verona, Wisconsin. Live coverage on the Northern Light Webcasting Network audio service and on NLWN-2 begins with Cowboy Kickoff at 2:40 p.m. That's live Eau Claire Cowboy football on Saturday, July 22nd on the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN-2.
Back here in Bloomer with Talking Baseball, and Ben, your final thoughts on this one?
I'm just going to echo what the coach manager said. It was nice to get a lot of runs that second game.
And it was, and so Cavaliers come away with a win in Game 2 after dropping the first one. Game 2, 12-0, a nice performance by the Cavaliers. And the busy week of baseball, or weekend of baseball, continues for the Cavaliers. Tomorrow, we'll extend it to a Monday. Tomorrow with the Cavaliers taking on the Marshfield Chaparrals. So make sure you join us tomorrow right here on the Northern Light Webcasting Network audio service and NLWN-TV as we bring you the Cavs taking on the Chaparrals in a non-league game from Carson Park, with coverage beginning at 7 o'clock with the In the Dugout show, followed by all the play-by-play action. Also join us with Cowboy football. Eau Claire Cowboy football on July 22nd on the Northern Light Webcasting Network audio service and NLWN-2. So we bring you the Cowboys. They're going down to Verona, Wisconsin to take on the Madison Mad Dogs in their regular season finale. Coverage of that one begins at 2:30 with Cowboy Kickoff, followed by live play-by-play action. The Eau Claire Cavaliers want to remind veterans of the United States military that they can get a lifetime pass to all Cavalier home games simply by coming to Carson Park with your veterans identification. And the Cavaliers will be happy to issue you your lifetime pass. Just the Cavaliers' way of saying thank you for your service. Our Geno's player of the game today was Gabe O'Brien, and Gabe did score. In fact, he scored twice. So Gabe has earned you a free appetizer out at Geno's for your table, a limit of 1 per table. All you have to do is mention Gabe's name when you stop out there, and that's tomorrow when you go out there, and Geno's will be happy to give you that free appetizer. Today's Eau Claire Cavalier baseball game is brought to you by Geno's Pizza, right next to Action City, near the intersections of Highway 93 and I-94. Midwest Environmental Consultants, lawn care and soil testing experts for Western Wisconsin. The Goat Coffee House at 336 Water Street for good coffee and great sandwiches. Mom's Restaurant in Public Colfax, comfort food the way Mom used to make it. Menominee Eye and Optical with quality personalized care for you and your family. Mama Squirrel's Cleaning and More, ready to get your house sparkling. Your Napa Auto Parts Store at 3580 Mall Drive in Eau Claire. Slayton's Technology Service, the official IT provider of the Northern Light Webcasting Network, and Royal Credit Union, where they're different in a good way. Be sure to thank these fine sponsors for bringing you Eau Claire Cavalier baseball on the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN-TV. So for Cassie Johnson, Nelson on the computer, Dan Petchow on the camera, my left-hand guy today, Ben Ryder. This is Rick Olson reminding you that final score once again in Game 2. Cavaliers 12 and the Bloomer Woodticks nothing. You've been tuned to Talkin' Baseball on the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN-TV.
You've been watching Talkin' Baseball, a wrap-up of today's Eau Claire Cavalier game. This has been a production of NLWN-TV.